Today I want to talk to you about the delusional power of hate, or rather the growing hate from the left. What motivates someone to murder and butcher fellow human beings? What motivates someone to attack, malign, assault a person, a group, or even an entire country, i.e. America? What motivates a group to become obsessed with destroying the past and absolutely rewriting history? It is hate. And hate takes on many, many different forms. Rage, anger, resentment, malice, bitterness, disgust, yes, and even violence. Prolonged and protracted hate will in time make you delusional. You know, the word mad means both anger and insanity. So how many people are in prison now because of a moment of delusional hate and anger? All wishing they had never committed the crime, hoping and wishing they could turn the clock back. You think, you feel, you act differently under the spell of anger and hate. Because anger is like a magnet that attracts darkness, and hate drives you to a very dark place. And the result of this habitual hate will be a number of different things. Let me give you an example. You will be an Arab Muslim world that hates the Jews, that will conjure up lies to tell their kids, that will make up insane and nonsensical conspiracies, theories regarding the Jewish people. Islam is a repressive cultural system that is built on lies, fear, intimidation, and hate. Hate is the underlying motivation. We are righteous. Everyone else is an infidel. Everyone else is a blasphemer, a crusader, an occupier. How about the left in our country, which includes the Democratic Party, progressives, socialists, college snowflakes, Antifa, and a few cowardly Republicans as well? They've developed a genuine hate for our country. They hate our great traditions. They hate our institutions. They hate the Declaration of Independence. They hate our Constitution. They hate the Founding Fathers. They hate the American system. They hate Donald Trump. And here is a salient point. They hate us. They hate the average, normal, patriotic American. It is delusion. It is insanity. It is mental illness. We send our kids off to some leftist college, and they're taught that America is evil, that America is an imperialist, a racist, malevolent, repressive. Biblical morality is oppressive. They teach that. They teach biblical morality is ignorant and superstitious, old and worn out, and should be cast out like the baby's bathwater. And our students have become snowflakes when the slightest disagreement and wrong word actually offends them. What's it called? Microaggression. They're skulls of mush, immature, inexperienced, with no idea what the real world is like. Because the left have weaponized hate. Truth doesn't matter, because lying is a means to their end. How about President Trump? He goes and gives a speech in Poland, a country that has experienced hate and violence from Nazism and communism, and now they're a free democratic society, and they are our friends. And it was a speech on Western civilization and Western values, our freedom, our family, our morality, and the Polish people applauded and they cheered. But back home, the leftist media and the Socialist Democratic Party and other lightweights declared it, and I will quote, a shining example of racism and bigotry, white nationalism, and white supremacy. The left is dripping with hate. They have lost their minds. They are delusional, and they are coming apart. They're out of control. And this virulent hatred causes them to demand that everyone and everything changes, but they never ever look within themselves to see if they have to change. President Trump is a racist. He's a fascist. He's a bigot. He's a white supremacist. And there is no proof of any of that now and in the past. Matter of fact, the opposite is true. But the left live in an Alice in Wonderland world, upside down world, because hate has caused them a delusion. You see, hate is a poison that destroys us from within. It produces bitterness that eats away at our hearts and eats away at our minds. The Bible even speaks about this in Hebrews chapter 2, verse 15, when the Bible says, don't let bitterness spring up in your heart that springs up like a tree and defiles not only you, but defiles everyone around you. Because hate generates envy, strife, and turmoil. Martin Luther King Jr. said this, I decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. So we must make a choice, a conscious choice, an ongoing choice, that we will choose love instead of hate. But let me qualify this. It does not mean that we acquiesce to, like some coward, to give up and keep quiet and go in some corner somewhere and hide. It means that we speak the truth clearly in a heart that has been bathed in love. And it means that we explain our ideas without arguing and without violent acts. It's what the Bible calls the Spirit of Christ. We love the unlovable and we overcome evil with good. I think we need an Abraham Lincoln mindset. I would like to quote from his second inaugural address, just the very end of that address. Let me quote from Abraham Lincoln. Now let me set it up a little bit first. Remember, it's the end of the Civil War. There's been so much hate and anger and killing from both sides. And Abraham Lincoln was seeking to bring peace to a divided nation. He said this, with malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who has borne the battle and for his widow and for his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and a lasting peace among ourselves and all nations. My friend, it's time that we put aside the hate and come back to the Spirit of Christ, that Spirit of love. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you will, there's more videos coming out. We'd love to you get on my channel and subscribe. All right? Good night. God bless.